Encouragement number one. First thing we need to know is that we owe our sinful nature nothing. Look at verse 12. So then, brothers, we are debtors not to the flesh, to live according to the flesh. Here's what you need to know and what I need to know. Our sinful desires are not working to fulfill us. They are not desires that are with ends to make us happy. These desires are warring against our souls, as 1 Peter 2:11 tells us. It is our sin that is speaking to us when we think, but if I deny these desires, I will be failing to live life to the fullest. It is the sin in others that tell us that if we do not live in these desires, that we will miss out on true happiness. It's all lies. This has grown so bad in our culture that we now call some sinful desires identities. And if you do not live out your identity, you are stifling yourself. And if you as a believer call someone else's identity, which is really just their sinful desires, sin, you are a bigot and you are holding people back. All of it is lies. You owe nothing to the sinful nature. What has sin ever given you? It may have given you minutes of pleasure, but it can give us years of shame. It has given us pain, regret, and in all our trying to appease it, we are still unfulfilled. We have nights of anxiety. John Owen said it best: you cannot satisfy sin by sinning. You're only feeding it. You will never be satisfied in sin. We've spent enough time serving sin. It has never fulfilled us. Oh, and also, it leads to death. Look at verse 13. For if you live according to the flesh, you will die. That's not talking about the mortal death of the body. That's talking about the second death, an eternity in hell. But on top of that, if you go back to verse 6, this is why I read so much of this. It says, for to set the mind on flesh is death. Not only does sin lead to the second death, it is death. You're already dead if you're living to serve the flesh. We are not debtors to the sinful nature. We are debtors to the Spirit who has set us free. Set your mind on the Spirit instead. That's the first encouragement. Don't listen to the lies of the sinful nature.